Muni ade. Eye. It's okay. Munya man into na John Mahama. The 24-hour economy on metwaso. Now fees so operation why recover the loot and me a won't comply with them. Now some for some folks honey DBC. Afi yemra but obi meka say no kweku. Are you for real? Me pese me yin me bi chama me both video bi di akyeremo. First video and second video. To tell you that President Akufo-Addo nya all hand you over. But tonight there's something already in the conspiracy. Intelligence and first, I want you to listen to this audio recording. Take a listen to this one.
Good evening, sir. What's up, Gacha? Information I mean, a free MPP on my platform, and I say, on the last message, no message, we say, General, friend say, Opoku, ni General Afo, ni some police officers be they are planning for coup. Sa some makano, no crap, papa, na police for no, Mokano, my ya mean send comedy. Now, they want to say, it is not over. Me end this for me 18 years there. Said once our transitions team ego so man, all is well, all is not well. The my agenda map on my last agenda map and say it said easy. Yes, stubborn. Easy, I can say some constituency be on gene to now person recollection. Akufo-Addo no my planning. I'm catching and say that's the only option on war. So 2 years more now come about 20 years. Today I want to say easy egusu say on penny no be recollection. No MDC so on penny. And see the baby say easy by force. Abakwa ko recollection MDC the more boko go so on penny. No menya aba hono Akufo-Addo ba faso e dey declare state of emergency. I'm telling you Akufo-Addo is not ready to hand over power to Mahama. NDC moving in the whole assembly catch on we are from source MPP for platform so now meaning but no say asam na mo discuss or ni ono kwa ni yemi hyehyɛ no nti say me so mo mpemfu na so nti say omo last option omo aye ne say generals na standing by any police officers in be standing by say the only option omotuma ya omotum da fam maku na ban say easy and press say calculation no obeye now NDC so mpese obejatum NDC easy for no court easy for no so mpese omboko court cause omu so omboko court a omedi ntwo into the force at the recollection no omo ye recollection a omo de abani bi ekogum nti de omunim se abenum de kogum no sa imagine NDC ni edwini NDC for the wini e various constituencies no omo de ma eyin abayin materials bi kogum ma aboso nti so omo ye recollection na MPP definitely MPP ebowini nti MPP wini sa na constituencies no mo kan na there's no way NDC benya to third in parliament no nti de omo pese omo ye bia no entum ma so nti bosha Akufo-Addo da share Jimin Samon say so boano no chise mutumi recollection na ni bachi otumi oni onya man keke na omonhwe de besi the NDC for no beye say NDC for na mpene na menya bepe obe declare state of emergency obeka so wontum handover and then hono minim de besi next Akufo-Addo penesa minim de besi next intimate asem we amaka no eye serious asem we amaka no eye serious me pacho me influence asunti sisia na NDC we should be on guard NDC we should be on guard baby our constituency na NDC is akaso be recollection na NDC mama boys no maye mo boys no eyi ho for no monitor collection center ho mo hu ani move bial pe na sa mama mpene na omu say force no eye higher Akufo-Addo they are about otherwise. But mpempere make say decision on my family. Say is wa promise James is on one. Not on your regulation. So to me, ye pay MPP for winning now. So into me, I need if we be me someone prepare. Papa first no they declare a state of emergency. A woman, Nejino Pokune Jino, a police for Namakana. A one no domum bedjim. They behind the scene, sir. Behind the scene, we name there. Ebaba Munkacha President Mahama. Nature on sorry, I said, Wararasi, all is not well. All is not well. Akufo-Addo don't want to hand over because their eyes, they have many yemshino. So old team now, committee no what no. I'm wired this time. So done that. Into sir, I say me on some way funny serious. Nature man pay for now something, but that's it.
What was that? Obi Kasao. Obi Kohu Bibi. Or a wasam at Hosetie. Now, dear, Fanatrada, Obi Kanas was a fanala. You know, you can't, I say, you move Trisu Soroku. Right? Who Trisu Soroku? A business would, no, said, yeah, Ghana for one. But, with my dear, I want you to listen to President Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. A statement of the president himself, not me, not you. The president himself. Statement Ben a president, you know. Or can an enemy. No, say then. Take a listen to him.
He said in the past, the now soon to be former president made an announcement with vim and vigor that he would never hand over. Please, may both you not to remind us of anything. I'm building a case. Look at what he said.
Only Baby two were Kunyanaso, I think I may Baby no Baby Kunyanaso, and Basso.
So I just want you to remember, he did say that of handover now of handover. Okay, and I think unfortunately, because he's a president and he's on top, because he made those statements, it strengthens the hand of others. And the MPP to also get up and make the same thing with the same vigor. After all, your leader, so they also added their voice to it. Listen to some of them.
So far as I live, me dey been breaking 8 biao. To me no, me say me mfama wo monne, me mfama wo mochina. We have a president who now says, I would hand over to the next MPP presidential candidate as president of the Republic of Ghana.
President Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said, "Dear, oh, hand over ma obia obeji 2 minutes free." Did you hear that? Me na because I said no. Now the come montra na munyi nsembia no. Ghana for yeah. Mameka say me jemo Africa na ye no. Me say Africa. At least mama 2 dear 2 nipa mienu presidents are we stage the same thing. President mienu Laurent Gbagbo, Ivory Coast, Yaya Jammeh of Gambia. Hey, now what we saying? They don't care. They don't care. President Akufo-Addo Osedian, what is Santiago? Take a listen to him.
Only Baby two were Kunyanaso, I think I may Baby no Baby Kunyanaso, and Basso. Only Baby two were Kunyanaso, I think I may Baby no Baby Kunyanaso, and Basso. Only Baby two were Kunyanaso, I think I may Baby no Baby Kunyanaso, and Basso. Only Baby two were Kunyanaso, I think I may Baby no Baby Kunyanaso, and Basso.
The president loud and clear. Into the town, you can't. The amendment to me catch on and said, from now to see a day called holidays, one of my yaki, the American, so that you may not be caught in any crossfire, in any sporadic whatever, or in a melee. I don't know how that is going to happen. But President Akufo-Addo press the first state of emergency Batman, the military now would have to obey the orders. Yes. Dear, if President Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo press the state of emergency Batman, yes. And the issue, and I said the topic of President Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Addo's attempt to hold on to power now, they are two areas. The institutions say, "Yama said, Mumra, na mume yejuma." I'm done on that one. We are done, and we are watching the space and watching the space very close, folks. Afi ye moving ko the National Security HQ headquarters, Assembly Nation, and here we have the report.
In light and truth.
Of course, this is to give you this special report now. The front line, deep throats, intelligence source, and we title this President Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's attempt to hold on to power exposed. The frontline deep throats intelligence source, coupled with our Trojan horse, has uncovered a flip-flop, slope, emotional-driven President Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in his last-minute bid to plunge the country into a state of abyss. The American natural said, the frontline show no ensani and nine. Ako pick near me bia. Eddie Eko baby said, and sure, President-elect John Dramani Mahama may not be sworn in January 7th. Extra anamotuo bi a ekoso. Sa anamotuo ya ekoso ene mantie yeka de yeke. Folks. Na me kwaku me sorry am kasaba sabasa o. Se wo ye Ghana ni sabriwe na wo hwe me. Na me fa de say a break kakra me share program ya se besi sabriwe. If you want to put my job to test, and two, if you want to critique my job, a quite also be to a critique. However, may I say and maintain, sir, be bien one media to a form one, Sadiano, and Yading has not come to pass. Or, Yenya wants to say, so ampa, as some of can and a crack. Catch them, which one? How many national security reports have I not put on the table? Ninara Mbemu. Catch me. And also, my name is Humrika, Meka, someone any and the Krana yede. But folks, the Yekebiano, Ghana for me say we taking it serious. Now, President Akufo-Addo be hand over or hand over. But the more call baby anomakro. This calculation is on the war drawing board in the inner corridors of the presidency as they prepare to unleash the war bears. They prepare to unleash the war bears to stir confusion, leading to anarchy. And ultimately, this will lead to the declaration of what we call states of emergency. This, therefore, will lead to the Akufo-Addo's government would have to stay in power while it would have to stay in power a while longer, whilst the president-elect would be hanging in balance. And folks, I tell you, this is pretty dangerous. Information I hear picking it to say, sir, arrangement way, leading to what we call state of emergency. And what the drawing board so at the presidency, one more year for rehearsals. See the American year. One more year rehearsals. Yes. And easy, sir. Rehearsals no more except they are gauging the space as to whether or not, sir, they should press the state of emergency button or they will not press it. But you cannot also press the state of emergency button easy. There must be what you call the precursor one, or if you like, the precipice. Because without any precipitation, listen to me, Ghanaians, without any precipice, you cannot press the emergency button in this country. Yeah. So in other words, what you call the war beds who may be unleashed against the backdrop of this state of emergency are also on standby. Whilst they are also working hard, they are working their ass off to see to it how possible state of emergency will be declared. Yes. Now state of emergency, no. So men declare, women declare, and now, in some circles of the NPP, some of them believe that the candidates Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia conceded so early, and then the council sana no no. So what so that from what they make in the one. Just NPP penifone be removed. Said the candidates Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia did something they will tell you said it's politically incorrect. And no one can say, but another school of thought also believes that Bawumia did the right thing. So right now, there is no avenue or space for what you call the precursor to any state of emergency. Now, what is left now on their drawing board, ASM, parliamentary seats in Akano, would become a secured avenue to stir this controversy. Now, so year and one, and no chance say Siano, Osami, and Saoma Drejiri, the tension in Saoma Drejiri, and notwithstanding only in Saoma Drejiri to be that of isolated cases. No, there are about several constituencies within. Mika say, NDC for Ariata, so I think Tema West, ho baby, Ebi Bright, ho. And they can say, Ebi Bright, no so they are two, say, hey, Mupo, 7 December. Parliament House. And there are several of these constituencies that make us say tension is brewing there. Now they will intend to use some constituencies way as the precursor to what? Trigger or press the state of emergency. By way of send the panel muku sa constituency one. So we attempt to there is the standby. What I call or what I've already described the war beds. The war beds means what? Their military attachment, their military deployments. Mind you, this is not the time we'll be back as oh, Debbie, we don't need the military men at the polling station. No, and you're different from Zed. We don't need military men in town. No. Right now, it's no longer a police station. Now, it's the nation and the free for all. So, the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces will tell you to know there is some confusion in town, and this confusion way does not warrant or to let you know that it is beyond the threshold of the Ghana police. Therefore, the military should go and what? Calm the situation down. Once the military, no one can make tension down. It will lead to what you call a sporadic shocks. I can only do this with Ghanaians. Senior Beya, you will not find yourself or you will not be caught in the crossfire, or you may not be caught in the melee. Something is in the making. Ghanaians, don't take it as a joke. Now, Ebra, then they deploy the military into it. 10 or whatever, 10 to 8 or what, depending how many. It will move forward. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Enough for the president to press the state of emergency button. Case closed. And when the state of emergency button is pressed out, what it means is that automatically President Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo would continue or will remain the president sitting on the seat until whatever. And this is Africa. Trust me. Our intelligence team within and outside the domain are watching the situation carefully and closely with the sharp lenses. We are also watching the situation very close with our sharp lenses and everything that entails. At this juncture, At this juncture, we call on His Eminence Ibn Chambers. Yes, Honorable Ibn Chambers, His Eminence. We are also calling on ECOWAS, Economic Committee of West Africa. We are calling on them. We are also calling on ECOMOC. And then last, calling on United Nations and all the international stakeholders in Ghana's just ended election 2024, right? To be on the alert to figure out this impending explosion so that Obi Ameka say Kwekwana, you are lying. No. I've called on all these eminent institutions, including His Eminence Ibn Chambers, all of them. May say, wake up, be on the alert. Begin to pick the intelligence on the ground. What is in the making? This impending explosion. Ghana for Mama Fenye Agro. We don't want history to be in the making. No. Yempe history be in the making. Why would I say this? And I reference Laurent Gbagbo. Laurent Gbagbo, who became president of Ivory Coast in 2000. During his presidency, he grappled with civil war and an extended period of what? Disunity after dispute that he lost on election in November 2010. He refused to step down, which led to a political crisis that threatened to reignite civil war in the midst of accelerating conflict. Yeah, Laurent Gbagbo, ABC, Asema Mike, Enya Abosebikao, ABC, our just neighbor here, Ivory Coast, ABC, honor. Laurent Gbagbo, ABC, Ivory Coast. Election 2000, he won. Or he did not, or see we didn't kunim. And what he did basically was that he plunged the nation called Ivory Coast into war, a civil war. Ghana for the second person I can reference, President Yaya Jammeh of Gambia, when he attempted not to hand over power to the president-elect. And you see in MDC on other hand. And tonight, Yaya Jammeh and see next. And the list goes on and on and on. Tonight, we are calling on the eminent persons and bodies to sit with the President Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to consider this as a national exercise and what an obligatory and also a force enshrined in the 1992 Constitution. And may I say, Mr. President Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Ompel, this is what? A non-compromise situation. He is obligated to do it, and there is nothing he can do. Yes, Mr. President. On the 7th December, President Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, he cannot do anything except to hand over power to the president-elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Period. And may I say to the MPP, and also say this to some top officers in the Ghana Armed Forces. Yes, any officers in the military, in the Ghana Armed Forces, and also in the state intelligentsia, please, allow this nation to move this direction way. And kudru baby I say kudru. Na onyankopon fa ni nhira Ghana. Ye pa chow. Mr. President Akufo-Addo, ye pa chow. Whether Baumia conceded early or did not, the point is, puto hwegum dankwa nsirimu ana na ebeko. Ye wie. Any further machinations or any schemes or any conspiracy ploy to disturb the political stability of this nation, please, the volcanic eruption will be more than you can bear. Then no dey be say mama yen try. Nobody try for us to raise the flag down. No. Let the flag of Ghana hoist across the global world and at the global stage. Because election will be a hunipa. And ya feeling ya to a benevieno. And a mobile skirmishes beneath Samuel. In the scheme of things, Ghanaians have spoken, and that is the word of Ghanaians. We cannot compromise this. Mr. President Akufo-Addo, please. Any form, any attempt to press the state of emergency button will be very fatal. I can assure any of you. Ghana's international partners, Bibri, are picking this intelligence. I'm telling you, I don't want to mention names, but I say, Ghana's international partners, foreign, have picked this intelligence. Let peace reign, and let peace reign in Ghana. Ghana was the first country in the south of the Saharan African continent to have gained her independence. And after our independence, spirits of gloom, despondency, and moral decadence have become a commonplace. But even though of the above, still Ghana continued to reign on the global platform as a beacon of what? Democracy. As what? Gateway to Africa. So therefore, may I say respectfully, Mr. President, let's maintain this status quo. Where we everything, corruption, massive corruption at the apex of government. Enough. The Akaris is Kankan Monfemra. Mudi baby, I moved to him. Quite mipom. But the likes of the Gabias Rochedako, Kenoforiata, whoever Mushin Biara, you must account for your still worship. Folks, when any reporter made a better ama president in the country, we are and I make a chance of folks, and you ma ye piano, and yama anojo sao. Please. They be a master make a chance of Kweku Amiti Ameo, but down for say, and you must sometimes Kweku me, they be also make a chance. I wish I don't know all of this. Because why? Too much. The things we know, sometimes we see, we hear, we get too much. Why? What are you doing? Sometimes to be able to sit to process all of the above, it's a much work to do. Folks, at the end of the day, I can only appeal to the consciousness of this nation, our clergy, civil society groups, and all and sundry to wake up and begin to speak to the president that anytime soon, Mr. President, you won't walk down the aisle. It will be well as noted, said, you've come to rule 8 years. Walk down the aisle. Right now, as we speak, President Akufo-Addo is in his lame duck period. Yeah, stage. Yeah. Minimisia make us say President Akufo-Addo or baby of France. Kwajiwa home wo. We did no one. I can't nothing. Maybe we had nothing. Nemom, say Obi ever press it the state of emergency bottom? No. It will be resistant with the fears, with the blood. Moja na nipa de begu ho a resist saade no. Nti be the on this attempt of say handover mapa on the 7th January. Ye na ye ba Independence Square ho aba behwe His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to be sworn in as the next president of this republic. Asem fana sam ko asundwimu ne ye na ye ntra ha se ba tan ba ko ene ne mma ye bedidi ne yanom asem asa bibia ni ho ana se the chairman kan a while ago ye na be trust ne ye didi de wo mu an bibia ni ho mu ba ye sikai munya bia nya bi edi bi atoto dan cars bibia di ma ahodo ma no so ye se muntimi ni wo me mete ye ese mba no ko muntimi ni wo ene mu ne ade eye. It's okay. Munya man into na John Mahama. The 24-hour economy on metwaso. Now fees so operation why recover the loot and me a honke count comply with them. Now some for some folks on the BBC.